the 1880s, the Southern Railway billed the Asheville Division as the land of the sky. However, the climb to this mountain haven promised by the Southern was never easy. In order to reach Asheville from the east, trains must climb the grueling 9 miles of track known as the Old Fort Loops. Now you can challenge yourself to climb these loops in Trains 2019. It's a hot July at the top of the infamous Old Fort Loops as Catawba Coal Train 741 rolls by the small depot in Black Mountain. The Catawba Coal Train runs from the mines in Andover, Virginia to the Marshall Steam Station in Catawba, North Carolina. The Marshall Steam Station is the primary source for the electrical needs of the western Piedmont area. After climbing the grade from Asheville, the train reaches the fittingly named Ridgecrest. Here the train begins its descent to Old Fort. Along the way, the train will pass through a series of 4 tunnels, including the infamous 1,832-foot Swannanoa Tunnel. When the tunnel was completed, a telegraph was sent to the governor of North Carolina saying, "Daylight entered Buncombe County today through Swannanoa Tunnel." After the train winds its way through the tunnels, it reaches Coleman Siding where it meets a westbound mixed freight. This siding is aptly named after Thad Coleman, who is the primary engineer overseeing the construction of the loops. After Coleman Siding, the train enters the loops as we know them. Here we see the Catawba at high fill, which is the most recognizable part of the loops. From here, the train will snake its way down the mountain to Dendron. train now passes through several miles of beautiful mountain scenery on its way to Old Fort. Here the train comes into Old Fort and passes by the historic depot at the base of the grade. The depot at Old Fort was built in 1880 by the Richmond and Danville Railway, which later became the Southern. The Southern still operates the loops to this day. However, the depot serves a much more limited role as a crew change point and an office for the road foreman. Here we leave the train at Old Fort as it continues east to Catawba to fuel the Marshall Steam Station's unquenchable thirst for the black diamonds of Virginia. You can find this route and other Quality Trains content at BlueRidgeSimulations.com. It's a hot July day at the top of the infamous Old Fort Loops as